I was a massive nighttime binge eater for over a decade, so I totally understand how hard it can be to stop. And I'm going to go through the mistakes I made that I thought were helping me to stop binging at night, but were actually making it worse. So by the end of this video, I really hope that you can get some tips that will help you in managing this habit. I'd sit on the couch at night, because this was my routine, right? Come back from work, have my dinner, then sit on the couch, and this was the time I got to breathe and relax and enjoy myself. So I'd feel a sense of excitement because I knew I was going to eat all this good food, but also a sense of shame and regret already because I knew I was going to get to a point where I couldn't stop. And I remember thinking the only way I'm going to actually stop eating is if I go to bed. But it was early, you know, I didn't want to go to bed yet. This was my reward, my relaxing time, my time to switch off. And the next morning I'd wake up feeling groggy, heavy, my mood would be completely off, and I'd just feel ashamed and disappointed in myself. And that would carry through the day as well, and it would impact my mood and my confidence and how I was with people around me. And it also really impacted my energy. That was a really big one. I noticed if I didn't binge the night before, I'd feel so much more rested. And then it got to a point, keep in mind, I did this for over a decade, and I was starting to feel that there was something wrong with me basically, and I was like, I need to get to the bottom of this. I need to fix this. So I went on a journey. I used myself as a guinea pig. And then I used the same process with my clients and saw really good results. So that's why I want to share the biggest mistakes with you now. But firstly, emotional eating is not because you're weak. There is always an underlying reason behind it. And we're going to touch on this a bit today as well. So this is the first thing you want to look at, because this could be a really simple change. I was undereating, okay? Because I knew that I was going to eat loads of food at night, anyway, I was like, I might as well kind of save my calories for the evening. But this was making my binges bigger. So if you're going through your day undereating, or maybe eating but not eating stuff that's going to nourish your body, by the end of the day, your body is going to be screaming for nourishment. It's going to be like, nope, I can't go to sleep right now because I didn't get all the nutrients that I need. And at that point, you're tired, you're depleted. So what you reach for is the quick, ultra-processed stuff, because that's going to give you quick energy. So one of the simple things that helped me was not skipping meals. If I'm hungry, I ate, but I had good, nourishing food, and I didn't save my calories for the evening. So I made sure I had protein with every meal, around 20 to 30 grams. I also ate loads of veggies for fiber and lots of vitamins and minerals so that my body felt nourished, because this really reduces cravings. And I never had carbs alone. Like, instead of having toast with jam, have toast with eggs or avocado. That source of protein and healthy fat is going to do a world of difference, and you'll notice that you won't need food 30 minutes later. Okay, so now we've covered the biological part of it, right? But another thing that kept me in this binge eating cycle was loneliness. At the time when my binge eating was quite severe, I didn't have a partner, my friends were all paired up, I was living alone, and I didn't really tell anyone how I was feeling either, and I just filled this gap with food. But what I didn't realize was that there were other ways I could fill this gap, and it was by creating connection in different ways and getting out of my comfort zone a little bit, right? Like, I don't know, going to a Spanish lesson, or going to a dance class, or just speaking to the guy that makes my coffee in the morning. Just increasing the amount of connection I had during the day actually started to fill my cup. So by the end of the day, I wasn't craving that connection because I got different doses throughout the day. Another one, which was huge, was misalignment. And what I mean by this is that I was living a life that I didn't want to live. At the time, I had studied finance. I was in a relationship for many, many years that I did not want to be in. And as soon as I started to make changes to build a life that was my own and not dictated by the people around me, my binging started to slowly reduce because I was happier. I didn't need to fill that void with food. So now I'm not telling you to change your life overnight, right? But I beg you to ask the question, is this the life I want for myself? And if the answer is not sure or definitely no, just ask yourself, what's one small step you can take this week to get closer to the life you want to live? And sleep, guys. This is probably one of the biggest reasons why people binge eat. And I've realized this after having my son. So my son, he's still not sleeping, he's over 2, and it's been torture. So if there are any parents out there that are going through this, God, I salute you, because it is really, really hard. And by the end of the day, you're exhausted and you just want to sit down and eat something that's tasty and that's going to give you some energy. So if you're in this phase right now, just be kind to yourself. Don't over obsess. This is a phase, this will pass. But a few things you can do is just make sure you're properly nourishing yourself throughout the day. Don't skip meals. Your nervous system is already stressed. Even something small like a non-sleep deep rest meditation can really help. Nap if you can. I know this is really hard. When people used to tell me, oh, sleep when the baby sleeps, I used to be like, fuck off. Like, there's so much to do around the house. But if you can, please do, because it does make a difference. And get help where you can. And maybe park this for now. You've got enough on your plate. So then I noticed that I started to do all the things that are helpful. I started to eat better, I started to feel more aligned, I started to build more connections, but it didn't fully go away. Like, there was still traces of this, and it's because it becomes habitual. You come home, you have your dinner, you go on the couch, you binge eat. So even though it had reduced significantly, it was still lingering a little bit in the background. And what worked was understanding, okay, what do I need right now? I'm on the couch and I'm looking for some form of reward. So how can I reward myself in other ways that are more supportive and that are not going to make me feel shit in the morning, basically? So firstly, sometimes I just wanted to reward myself with food. So what I'd do is I'd choose more nourishing options. Like, I'd have apple with nut butter, I'd have pistachios, food I loved, and food that are good for me. So at least I'm nourishing my body, and I didn't feel bad about it. I enjoyed it, and the binge stopped much quicker, because when you eat food that's whole food and that isn't processed food, it's less moreish, so you don't want more of it. You kind of tend to stop much quicker. And I also added stuff to my evening routine, right? I added a walk, which really helped me. I put on some nice music. Sometimes I've had it done. Sometimes I'd go to bed early and read a book. So just finding other ways that you relax and have fun. If this is something you struggle with, there's always a reason behind it. And when you understand it, you're able to manage it much better. And if you want more help with this, I've created a 3-step guide, which you'll find in the comment section, which is a CBT guide that helps to interrupt the binge in its tracks, which I found really, really helpful. And you can find it linked below. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything that helps you specifically. Maybe it can help others. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, because I post more videos like this that can hopefully help you feel better and more confident in your body. And I'll see you next Thursday.